So I've been getting this question a surprisingly high amount of times, and it is, if I have a Verizon or AT&T iPhone 4, will the cases work with the iPhone 4S? And the answer is, well, it depends. Now, as you can see here, I have the iPhone 4S on the bottom and the AT&T iPhone on the top. Not only do these little plastic knobs change, which are actually the separators for the cell signal or the antennas, and this, with the AT&T iPhone 4, they had that antenna gate issue, so they changed it for the Verizon iPhone 4. And apparently they liked it because they kept the iPhone 4 antenna the same throughout the redesign of the iPhone 4S. So many are wondering, well, what case is going to fit? As you can see here, the iPhone 4S has slightly moved its buttons downwards on the frame of the iPhone 4. Now, if you have an AT&T iPhone like myself and you have a case that is only designed for the AT&T iPhone 4, it will not work for the 4S. If you have a Verizon iPhone 4 and you have a case that works with your Verizon iPhone 4, it will work with the new iPhone 4S. So there's clearing up a fair bit of confusion. There's a couple other cosmetic differences I noticed. One certainly is the change in aperture or the lens size on the on the camera. As you can see on the 4S, it's quite a bit larger with its 2.4 aperture, and on the iPhone 4 with the original f2.8 f-stop. Now, as we move to the front of the device, you can see that the grills are a little bit different. It's going to be a little bit hard to display on video, so I'm going to try and explain as best I can. No, people were noting, oh, you know, this one's much wider than that one. No, or excuse me, the other way. This one is much wider than that one. No, they're the same color. This one just has dirt chalked up in it from 16 months. But this one does have fewer holes that are larger in diameter, and this one has a lot more holes that are smaller in diameter. One can only imagine this is so that they can keep dust and lint from outside of the phone a little bit more easily. As you guys know in my vlogs, there was a piece of dirt, or rather dust, that escaped from, I'm assuming, this little port here into my camera, and it was annoying. There's a black dot on my camera. So I'm assuming the fact that they moved to a kind of a wire frame that's a lot more perforated but a lot smaller diameter is to keep dust and dirt outside of the iPhone 4S. The other difference, and this is probably the most major cosmetic difference on the device, is as you can see down here on the bottom, the ports are quite a bit different than they were before. As you can see, this is gray here on the iPhone 4, but on the iPhone 4S, it's painted black. Now, I can't verify that on white iPhone 4Ss it's painted white, but one can only assume that's true. That being said, the black certainly looks a lot sleeker than the kind of grayish deal they got going on with the 4. So those are the cosmetic differences between the iPhone 4 and the iPhone 4S. No, they're not major, but the one thing is to remember, if you have a Verizon iPhone or you have a case that does complain Verizon iPhone compatibility, it will indeed work with the iPhone 4S. Thank you so much for watching. Please subscribe, rate, comment, and as always, stay snazzy. See you later, folks.